Y'all, we've rebranded. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, but if you're new, hi, hello, I am Artsy over at the Artsy Gamer. I make art, I play games, and I encourage others to do the same. And my Back to Basics Animal Crossing challenge, project, whatever you want to call it, has officially rebranded to Casual Crossing, and the logo was designed by my friend AJ, who you should absolutely go check out for all of your Animal Crossing, Dinkum, Disney Dreamlight Valley, artistic funsies. I was so tickled by how it turned out, and I think it really did set the tone for the rest of the year for this project, because I feel that Back to Basics is a good starting point, but when you are in the thick of it and then you're moving forward, it's not really back to basics anymore, because you know, we're moving forward. If you are interested in playing a casual gameplay experience for Animal Crossing, these are the rules or guidelines that I will be utilizing for the rest of this year for this project. And I do want to provide a bit of a disclaimer about what these rules actually are for. I know that with going back to basics in a casual gameplay, rules that have the words must or have to can feel very daunting. And the whole point of a casual gameplay challenge is to find things that don't burn you out. And I will continue to say this with every live stream and video, that these are the rules that I am doing for myself, and you are more than welcome to change, alter, whichever rule just isn't vibing for you, and still call it a casual gameplay experience. Like, it's not necessarily a brand or a challenge, it's more of a vibe, and you're more than welcome to change it as you see fit to rediscover what Animal Crossing means to you in 2024. So at the time of this recording, I have been playing Back to Basics Casual Crossing for about a month now, and I do have quite a few thoughts, but because it is Lunar New Year weekend in Korea, in my neck of the woods, I figured that we would utilize some of the things that are really crucial to the new year in Asia by cleaning up the island. The fact that I have been playing on this island for a month is just wild, because on one hand I feel like, wow, I went pretty above and beyond a month of work, because I have been doing a lot of things behind the scenes, not like super mondo crazy, but the overall layout of this island is truly amazing in my personal humble opinion. I officially have all of my villagers moved to where I want them to go. The only problem though is, since I have been doing some light terraforming and putting down bridges and things, making this island officially accessible, so I'm really excited that we met that objective really early. The campsite's a little too close to the ledge, and I don't really like that, so we may be moving it literally back one space. And I think I'm going to be adding another bridge, but today really we're just going around and cleaning up the island and really just talking about my thoughts of playing 1 month of Casual Crossing. Eventually, I'm going to have to deal with this entrance, and I'm not looking forward to it because I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I was thinking, and let me know if this is just a wacky thought, okay? I was thinking that we could get some castle gates in the brick coloration and just like put it all across the island, like at this level right here. But I'm a little worried that it's going to take away the openness of this roadway, and I'm not quite sure what I want to do with that just yet. But I think that is a time for like during a live stream, and really I do just want to start cleaning up the island and putting things in my inventory and planning where I'm going to be putting crops and the flowers for flower breeding, because that is my major Everest right now. Completely unrelated, I have fallen in love with using the construction vehicles and putting them near places that are being worked on it has really removed a lot of the overall anxiety of having to have things completed, in my opinion. And I used to be that sort of person that, and I know that I'm applying a lot of emotion to pixels and ones, right, with these villagers, but I'm like, these villagers deserve to have a fully fleshed out island, and I don't have it fully fleshed out, and they must hate living here. Despite the fact that my other island is completely just dismantled and a disaster, and I haven't been on that island in about a month at this point. But honestly, I feel that going back to a more casual gameplay that isn't necessarily about design, but more about a vibe, I've really come to appreciate the way that it's kind of built itself without me having to direct it. I haven't had to worry about a core or a theme, really. I really just wanted to make sure that I met certain objectives before, moving forward. But with the fact that Festival is in a couple of days, and I haven't really decorated for Festival yet, I'm a little nervous about it. I knew that Festival was going to be the celebration that was the least decorated, and I may go to a spicy island and pick up decorations and just have that ready. But I don't know, it's really hard to find that balance of how much am I going to be decorating versus actually playing the game in the early months, and not falling into the same trap of, doing what I typically do, which is going decoration heavy and then burning out and then not wanting to play Animal Crossing anymore. And it's wild to me because I think I play Animal Crossing and have consistently played Animal Crossing for the past 3 years without not playing. I think there have been instances where I didn't play for a month or something, but for the most part, this is the game that I play daily. And this challenge has taught me important boundaries about why I play games and how I can play games and enjoy them even when I've done it for so long. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get tired of Animal Crossing, at least not as of yet. And inviting my son, who will be 2 in a couple of months, it's like he has a specific way that he wants to play, and it's not decorating, not really. I mean, he likes to pick out clothes for me to wear, and he likes to pick out certain items for Happy Home Paradise. But other than that, it's just kind of like going around and visiting villagers' homes, and whenever we go on dream address visits, it's like we visit the villagers. We don't really pay attention to the design. Ultimately, I think the hope that I have for today is I want to start cleaning up the flowers that I know that I'm not going to use. I have been holding on to the hybrids that I've created, which have been mostly pink and orange, with a few purple mums, which I'm really excited about because I can start making green mums with that. But I really just want to determine where all my hybrids are going to go. And there's a few spots that I've considered, but the problem with this part of the challenge is I have the base build done, right? I have the spots for all of my buildings in place, that they're not moving unless I have this drastic overhaul to redesign everything, which I don't think I will. And now it's well, okay, I don't feel ready to design yet. I don't feel ready to do the villagers' yards because I haven't unlocked the ability to edit their homes yet.
The next day.
And I wanted to wait to do that before, getting design heavy. And I really just feel that it's really important that I clean up a good portion of my mess with just random things laid around with the hope to decorate later. This is also the newest area that I have cleaned up, I was originally doing some like chaotic flower breeding, but I decided to turn this into a gyroid community area. So I've put a couple of gyroids here with the little pocket campers. And this is what I kind of meant about making tiny little islands and terraformed areas that aren't accessible. Like, this is fine. This is fine. But the main areas where you will be walking, and it was really fun to meet that requirement. I didn't think that I would find that important until, I made that a rule for my 30-day island challenge, but it's wait, hello? I'm sorry, I got stuck because somebody is sleeping. Can I please? Hello? My villagers are pretty ridiculous in the sense that they will sit in random places despite the fact that I have been making an effort to put chairs down that they can actually sit in. Oh my gosh. But I do have to ask, friends, like, what is the hardest part of designing in Animal Crossing? Like, is there a specific moment where you feel like it's almost like pulling teeth in order to figure out your next move? And I feel that for the most part, I tend to design in spots, you know what I mean? Where I pick one spot and I focus on that solely. But with having done it this way, where I basically just designed a whole path and then started putting villager homes and buildings where I thought it would look really interesting and unique, it did feel like, I don't know, that it took away a lot of the stress with designing an island front to back like I typically do. But now I'm kind of at a loss of where to start. And I do think that it's very important to kind of just go around and clean, because it'll give you the time to think about what your next move is. And I do think my next move is effectively making a farm and some flower breeding. But I mentioned this before. I don't want my flower breeding to be like a mess. I want to have it look thoughtful, like the villagers and I are doing a flower breeding project. But I'm not quite sure if I want to just have sporadic flower breeding across the island where, one villager is working on mums, the other is working on roses, or maybe the museum is working on the roses for like a blue rose project. I don't know. I haven't really thought that through. And the possibilities are endless. There's no wrong answer, and that's the problem, is the fact that there is no wrong answer. And I don't do well with multiple correct answers, because it's like, if you pick that one, then all the other ones are suddenly no longer available, and then you feel like, well, what if I picked wrong? And that's so silly, because this game was designed for a slow burn, enjoyable playthrough where, you can move things around as you want, right? So again, I have to really be careful with how I go about this without, completely removing the whole point of why I decided to do this. And I think while I'm cleaning up, I'm going to get the fossils. I don't know how close I am to finishing the fossil exhibit, but I have been getting yes indeeds, but we already have them all more often than not. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm confused. Is it 2 reds make a black cosmos, or is it 2 oranges? I think I need to look up some guides again, because I've completely forgotten which ones do what. Again, I was considering doing the 12 by 12 flower breeding method, which for those who don't know, it is a large grid that does guarantee, for the most part, getting all of the different hybrids in the game. But I think what I'm going to try instead is I'm going to break apart that 12 by 12 grid with all of the different flowers, and instead do that with the same flower type in different areas. I think doing it that way, it'll allow for me to have more control and less worrying about the area spreading, you know what I mean? Because that was my main issue with that flower breeding project, the flowers just went bananas, and I didn't really have a fenced off area. So I think after I clean up the hybrids that I want to keep, which honestly, I may be, focusing on certain flower types for certain seasons. And since spring is just around the corner, this would be a really nice combination, like blue, pink, purple, orange. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna be really cute. I'm not really worried about cleaning up this back area just yet because I don't really want to worry about my villagers' yards. I think I really want to wait until, as I said, Happy Home Paradise unlocks the ability to edit my villagers' homes. And I think that would be a really fun live stream actually, to see if I can make their home, like the base design, a little bit more elevated. I think that's going to be really fun. But I did talk about making this area potentially a community garden. There's nothing telling me that I can't have multiple community gardens. I also forgot to remind you, y'all, that, if you were in the office goblin position, please be sure to straighten up your spine, unclench your jaw, get some water, take your meds, all of that jazz, because I don't think this is going to be as long of a video. I don't think so, like the other ones. But I do just want to remind people that the body that you have is the only one that you get, and it's important to give it the love and compassion that it deserves. Ah yes, here we go. Here is some of the early mess that I can start cleaning up immediately. Yeah, this was the original place for the campsite, and I've moved it up here, but I think that this is a little too close. I don't like this being one space. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to move it where it's right here. This is going to be its far left corner, and it'll have more space that way, and there will still be space for people to walk through this way. I was really hoping to not have to do that, but again, there's no shame having to move one building literally a couple of spaces to the left. I just wish that we didn't have to move something to a completely different area in order to do that. So that's going to be a multiple day process, unfortunately. But I do think that I'll feel better with moving that a little bit to the back. I don't know, it's a lot of cottagecore girlies and forest core people that the realism isn't really necessary. You can probably put villagers on, the ledges, and they're not going to fall. Their house isn't going to crash down. I don't know. This brings me anxiety. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but I'm like that, and I can't. But yeah, the first order of business, aside from getting into the hard hat, since we'll be laying down some pathing that is incomplete, I don't know where to make the community garden. And I have been thinking about the museum a lot lately. And I love the fossils, and the fossils will still be there. But recently I have been working towards earning the astrology series, and I thought it would be really cute to bring back some Celeste representation by having the astrology series featured. And we do have this entire strip right here that could be devoted to a farm situation. We also have this that could be devoted to some farm or some flower breeding. So that is an option. That is an option. And I've always loved museums that have some horticulture or agriculture stuff that is community based. So I think that'll work. I was also thinking of getting a bridge here, but I'm a little worried again that it's a bit too close to the Nook's Cranny. I mean, it's not bad, and I was planning on moving this anyway, so that is a possibility to making this a little bit more cohesive. But I was planning on getting rid of this bridge and changing it out for something else, but we'll see. I think right now the more important thing that I should be doing is just making this happen. So if I were to create a bridge here, I should probably leave this clear and make everything make everything for the garden up here. I could do that. And again, I just need to remind myself that there is no rule telling me that I can only have one garden for making money and, you know, making it pretty. So I think that's what we're going to attempt, is just doing something that's a community garden for this area. And who knows, like, we do have technically 4 different residential areas with villagers, myself, and gyroids. So there is nothing keeping me from having multiple gardens of various shapes and sizes, some of them being more curated, some of them being a little bit more on the natural chaotic side. So I do also think that since there are, 7? I think I planted officially 70 plants, right? Yeah, so just kidding. It's 1, I can math, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, so we have, hold on, Artsy math is impending. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 35 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is 65, not 70. Okay, I think we can make this work. We can do, I just want to see where I'm at for the layout. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so if we do maybe 2 lines each, I think we can make this work. Yeah. So as I'm laying out pathing and slightly panicking, even though, as I've said, and I have to remind myself, like, there is nothing keeping me from changing it up if I don't like this here, right? Like, it is not time wasted, it is time considered, I guess. But the first month of Back to Basics or Casual Crossing was very rejuvenating. It changed the way that I thought about playing games, because I'm always like looking to making things aesthetic now, because as a content creator, it's like it almost feels that there is this pressure to have like beautifully curated anythings like Cult of the Lamb, Stardew Valley, Coral Island. And I do enjoy decorating farms or life sims or, you know, really anything. Like, that's the sort of thing that I enjoy doing in games. But it almost feels like if it's not just mind-blowing that, you know, why are you even posting something on the internet in comparison to, you know, Instagram ready photos. And this isn't any shade to those who create beautiful stuff. I think where I'm trying to go with this is that I feel that a casual but decorative experience can be alongside those who really work hard to make beautiful whatever it is that they're doing. So like for Disney Dreamlight Valley, people have some very stunning valleys, and there are others who really are just out to play the game and enjoy the grind. The same for Dinkum. There are those who exclusively play in creative mode in order to build up beautifully curated towns in Dinkum, and then there are others who enjoy the slow burn of inviting people to live on the town and making money and just having that slow time, or maybe are not even interested in decorating that way. And I feel that this has really shown me that I'm a little bit of both. Like, I don't feel that I am Instagram filter capable with my designs, but I've always wanted to create islands that, you know, feel that other people can do it too. It's not like, oh, if Artsy can do it, then I can do it. But actually, yeah, Artsy can do it, then I can do it. I never want creative experiences or artistic processes to feel so overwhelming that you can't do it. And so casual gameplay for this island and, casual crossing in general has the challenge component to keep it, funny and interesting, but also kind of gives me a path forward of what I want to do. And it does allow for me to take time off from worrying about one specific aspect of this game or this project. And so today it's like we're cleaning up the island. We are doing some very much needed, not decorating, but cleaning up in place of decorating. And that's kind of what like the new year is all about, right? The Lunar New Year is it's a very interesting part of Korean culture. And although I haven't really celebrated it aside from like the sales and these huge gift boxes where it's like enormous apples and Asian pears that are the size of your face, and people will often, buy huge gift boxes of Spam and health products and toothpaste and all of that jazz. It's like, aside from these big gifts for health and prosperity, there is a huge urging to like declutter. And so I think it was around this time where it's like, there are people who get rid of furniture and like really nice furniture too, and change it out for something that's for the new year to feel like, it's a new start. And so I think what this has been doing for me is I'm feeling a little bit motivated to like actually declutter the house. And it's been a little hard because, if you have a toddler, if you know, but he's been really interested in not only helping, but dismantling the things that I've been doing. And a really great example is doing laundry. It's like, he'll give me things and from the pile that I folded, and then it's unfolded and then placed into a pile of no such organization. And so just like recently, it's been really important to me to consider what I want to do once he starts like daycare. And I think the major thing, instead of trying to take on a lot of projects, which is a very hard desire to deny, is that I really just want to go back again to basics, and casually consider the importance of what it means to declutter and reconsider, your goals, which is, I think, what the Lunar New Year is all about. Again, this isn't like mind-blowing. I don't know how I can make a community garden as of yet super, wow, but I think finally moving places to more permanent spots will allow for me to like actually have the energy to design the entrance, for example, and maybe add a little bit more of like the community aspect of this island. So yeah, it's something that I've been considering lately, of why it's important to normalize a casual experience instead of feeling like, your gameplay isn't valid. Instead of like really worrying that, there's no space for a different way to play, or looking into, why we play games the way that we do. This may be a garden in rotation also, because I would like to create a pumpkin patch with a straw maze, and maybe having that as part of like the museum would be really cute. So we can consider that. And we also, I think, have space for here. So let's check this out. I was really hoping to not have to do some waterscaping, but I think I'm gonna do it anyway. It's actually been kind of nice to be able to give myself the ability to do some light terraforming and waterscaping to whatever serves me, like being able to do a few diagonal bridges when I wouldn't have been able to. That's been really helpful. I still feel like after a month of playing, I still hold on to the integrity of, why I decided to do this challenge. But again, it's like once you get to a certain point, how do you continue forward? Yeah, okay. So here's my other thing. I would like to have a fenced off area, but I'm not quite sure whether or not to keep the dirt down like this, because I really actually do like having it so that the fencing sort of like is underneath the dirt in some places, and in some places it's not. We'll still tinker with that, but it does look like we are going to be able to move all of my different crops into one area, and then I can worry about, what I'm going to be doing with other community gardens if I'll have one. Okay, so we have this officially done, and I do think I'm going to add a little bit more dirt down here. But I do need to be careful about where I put really any sort of fencing here, especially if I'm going to put a bridge there. I mean, another option, oh my gosh, there's so many options. An option here is that I can move this down a bit, and then we can do some more brick pathing this way and then up. I was planning on having like maybe some bike parking, and we can put that right here, no problem. But I was wanting to make sure that I did keep, I did have room for the stores to have some decoration as well. I don't think I've ever really truly utilized the pathing in Animal Crossing this way until recently, and this is definitely the one where I'm using pathing that I've never really been interested in trying. So I think I can make this work. I think I can make this really fun and quirky. And I don't think this is going to get rid of my pumpkins. So I'm always worried about placing down some bridges and losing it that way. Officially, right now, we don't have any inclines free for us. We've already used up 10. But I think we have 1, 2, 3, we have 7 bridges, and I plan on getting rid of 1, so I'm not worried about that as of yet. So I think we can add a bridge here, and it'll also make it a lot easier for traveling from Nook's Cranny to the house, honestly. And it will add more of like an interesting texture that's less gritty. Because honestly, and I don't know if anyone else has an issue with like designing towns, but I did realize that like making a huge block, like with not terraforming this island, just making a huge block and then kind of adding the zigzags in between, I think it really made the town layout really interesting. So this is just a hot tip from me to you. If you really do struggle with designing towns, this may be a really great strategy for you. I don't know if it would work for, terraforming and then, putting down a box, but I honestly think that it could probably work. I picked up a bridge kit for the Nook's Cranny area, and we will see whether or not I've made a huge mistake. I don't think I have. I think it's going to turn out really nicely, but let's hope for the best. And it's going to be like a cute little mini one. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be adorable. Let's see what this looks like. This is going to be like teeny tiny. It's so cute though. Okay, all right, now this is adorable. Honestly, I know that there are some people who really like making long bridges with, I think it's like, what is the max river that you can put a bridge? Is it like 5 spaces? It's either 5 or 6, but honestly, the little bridges, especially when they're useless, this isn't useless, but especially like a bridge in the center of a residential area, I just think it's the most darling thing. And I recently did have a slight small spike for the turnip exchange for this week, so I'm basically just buying with my earnings for the week. And I also did pick up the campsite moving kit, so I can just do that. I don't know if I'm really going to bother with that for today's video because, again, this is not a major design video. We are taking our time. I did recognize that playing musical villagers, I don't know if anyone else is like this, but it absolutely burns me out. And I really do need to be careful about doing that in the future. And granted, I probably could have not done it, but it was still fun. I can't do that all the time. How would you like to play a treasure hunting game with me right now? Actually, you know what? We will do this because I haven't really shown you the entire island. I've just been kind of talking. Yeah, so why don't we just do a treasure hunt and I can show you all what the island is presently looking like, and then I can show you what I need to clean. But this is, I think this is our first treasure hunt of the island, which means we have 6 minutes. And I love the fact that Vesta is the one that decided to do this. I think that's very telling about our best friendship. I am actually going to be providing screenshots for all of like the things that I documented this month, because honestly, it was really fun to just like take screenshots of what, you know, my villagers were doing and like the friendships that they've made, the fights that they've gotten into, the things that they've said about me. It's been really sweet. It's been really sweet. But as you can see, there's not like much in the way of decorating, and I kind of like it this way. I do like the natural aspect of just having a town, but it's very tree oriented. I love how people go full city core with their islands. You know, I love the way that they are able to make it look like you were dropped in the middle of Brooklyn. But I also like my trees. So let's see. Oh my gosh. And Goldie has grown on me, y'all. Like, it's not like I disliked Goldie. She was just kind of the normal that was in the campsite. But oh, wait, is this it? Right by my house, too. Right by her house. That's amazing. Vesta is... I love Vesta. I really do. But we are going to take a quick warp pipe to Nook's Cranny, which is right behind the resident services. That was really fun. But yeah, I am really liking how I have created space for natural parts of the island because, again, the hope is to create a town that I've designed that I can still, like, you know, play the game on. I do want to make a rock garden somewhere. I don't know where that's going to be, but I do want to like make that happen. I do need to have like bamboo in various places, especially since like spring bamboo season's coming up. And I have this really nice strip here that's mostly been a place for my snowboys, but I was thinking of making this into a market, actually. Eventually, what I'd like to do is I would like to start inviting people over to water my flowers, but we'll see. The main question is, do I want to just have dirt underneath the crops? Because I kind of really do like just having dirt without any crops on top. And another option I was considering is, you know, there's a lot of flowers, for example, that are used in crafting. And so maybe there will be community gardens that are specifically for, you know, crafting items. I think that would be really fun. Like, isn't there a garden wagon that requires, what was it? It was a red cosmos, a yellow rose, and a white hyacinth, I think. And then there's like the cosmos shower that requires pink cosmos. And then there's like, you know, the various crowns and the door decorations, the wreaths. So, oh, and then there's of course the best item in the game, or one of them, the mum cushion, which requires the yellow mum, which I have in plenty of amount. So I think an option is I could, once I have this more established, I could probably just put like a line of the different flowers here, and that would be interesting. But I think for now, I'm okay with keeping this relatively clean. And now we have like this spot that I could do something with. This may just be like a natural walkway and having trees that I can, you know, chop from. But yeah, this looks really nice. It looks a lot more cleaned up, a lot more polished. And yeah, no, I think we're just going to stick with this for now. That's fine. And honestly, just because like I'm moving the campsite back to where it's going to be, we're just going to put it here for now. Yeah, we'll just put it here. Yep. Yep. Perfect. Yep. Something else I've been considering is I like this idea of like, I always have a retro transportation stop like right by the entrance since like the founding of a retro transportation stop with the 2.0 items. I was thinking that I could put like, make this a little foresty area, but then I could have a flower garden here. And I do also have all of this space right here for flower breeding that I could utilize if I wanted. I still, again, haven't decided whether or not I'm going to put the castle gates there. That may be something that I consider on a live stream or in another video, but today that's not the video. And I don't have anything pressing as of yet. I ordered a couple more steel trash cans. I love using them as, you know, mailboxes. So that'll be another project, is finding the tiny library DIY and giving villagers, you know, if you turn them sideways, it looks like a mailbox for them. So I think ideally I'm going to start by making sure all of the major items that I want for every villager is placed. And every villager has their own gyroid, kind of like the first Animal Crossing game where you have a gyroid that saves your game and that, you know, you can sell things and hold on to things. I do think we have a really good heading, and oh my gosh, there's like so much to clean. And I'm okay with leaving it as a mess like this. But this area, I feel truly is inspired. Like, I was able to create a really nice little residential area that is dynamic, but also very, you know, homely, but not in like the mean way. And I'll do something with this, I think, around June for wedding season for reasons. I think that would be really cute. And the museum is really coming along. I think I'm going to really enjoy finding a nice harmony with fossils and the Celeste items. And this little walkway is going to be, I think, like a botanical garden with a bunch of trees here. And there is this like stepping stone custom code, like pathing that I think I've used for almost every single island until I didn't. And so I think I'm going to be incorporating that. But for the most part, I've really just fallen in love using in-game pathing with the borders. I think that's been a huge like change in how I've played Animal Crossing. And again, I'm not really like at the point where I'm going to be designing this just yet, but I did like the idea of having a gyroid community that's specifically here, and then maybe adding a few more around the island just so it's not like just there. But yeah, this isn't even close to finished, right? And I love the layout of this island. I didn't think that it would really work with the island that I picked. I was actually hoping for something very different with, you know, it being a further away resident services, with it mostly being like a very thin strip of, you know, a back terraformed area. But honestly, you know, if you pick an island that you're not quite sure that you can make it work and you do something with it anyway, that's the sort of challenge that I was really hoping to enjoy from doing this. And I'm really glad that I picked this specific island and that I got to do it this way. It's been really cool. We do have all of these fossils that we can gift. So I think what we're going to do now is we are going to finish up this video with seeing what Nook miles that we have to do, which is visiting the roost with Daddy Brew, planting some trees and shrubs, and planting some flowers, which is kind of a shame since I did a lot of cleaning of flowers. But another option, because there's so many options with this challenge, I could, really just... I'm sorry, what? I didn't know Static was friends with, like, the literal backbone of this island. Static, hello. Relaxing here with my coffee sure is a nice change of pace from all that relaxing I do everywhere else on the island. Static has really grown on me. I don't know why I didn't want him on an island, and honestly, he's better than Marshall, I'm just saying. And then we have Rossetti. What is it, pal? You need something or something? Hello? The thing with my job is you never know when you're getting a call. It's nerve-wracking. Any second that phone's gonna ring and somebody's gonna need help. It's hard to relax in that atmosphere. Training myself to relax like I'm doing right now, it's hard work for sure, but I'm getting pretty good at it. Is this like the year where people take a chill pill? Is 2024 like the year? Because if Rossetti is like learning how to relax and just go with it. This is a very weird timeline, y'all. This is also the only time that I can have coffee since I'm a decaf NB at this point, but I like to think that Daddy Brew knows exactly the sort of brew that I need. Flavor's at its peak when it's... hold on, I gotta do the voice. Flavor's at its peak when the coffee's served at 176.4 degrees. Better drink it while it's fresh. Oh, I really miss coffee. I mean, I'm not like super missing it, but I do kind of miss coffee. I do. Oh my gosh, everyone's visiting. Wait, is this Tommy? Because I think the last time I got a screenshot of this, it was Timmy. So is this Tommy? Oh, it's Timmy again. Oh wow. Hello, Artsy. Coming here for some coffee was just what I needed. Well, you are the talker of the duo, so you probably just need that. But yeah, I've really just been enjoying like buying things from the stores, helping out Blathers, just really vibing with this island. It's been really relaxing and really fun. And I hope to bring that to other games that I play, because I still think that it's a lot of unlearning to feel like you can't provide something of value if you're not like a peak decorator. And I think that's not true. So we do have giftable items. I think what I'd like to do is I would like to try to figure out if I can get Agnes's photo today or Goldie's photo today. And if that's the case, I'm thinking of getting Olivia on the island soon. I was kind of waiting for villagers to ask to leave, or I should say that the villagers that I'm ready to let go can ask to leave, but I don't know. I'm kind of antsy to have Antonio. I didn't even do that on purpose. I'm kind of wanting like Antonio and Olivia on the island, but I'm not ready to let Goldie go just yet, because she unfortunately is one of those normals who are so cute. Like, I would say that the normals and the lazies are of the cutest villagers in the game, but very few of them have like personalities. Especially the normals, right? Goldie's been kind of like a slow burn for me. I think I've really enjoyed getting to know her sort of, but she's also like, I think she and Buck have a thing, or it's maybe like really casual, but it's not casual. I do know that Maddie and Stu are like synchronizing which gifts to give me. I gifted Stu something and he gave me a raincoat, and then Maddie gifted me a rain hat. It was like they knew. So I don't think Maddie's going for a while, which kind of lowers the amount of villagers that I can say goodbye to if I'm going to meet the requirement of having, 12 new villagers on this island. But I am like halfway there. I'm going to finish the Nook miles plus requirements by planting a couple of flowers here. I'm very happy that I got Cosmos because honestly, I use Cosmos I think in almost every single island. It doesn't matter which like theme it is. I just feel like Cosmos can be used for just about anything. I've put them on the beaches for like flower beaches for design. I've used them as weeds, which has been really fun. They're really great to use for just about everything. All right, I did see our girl out here somewhere. So where is she? Honestly, next game, Nintendo, please and thank you. If we get to the point of friendship where Katrina is saying that we are bound by the strongest of bonds, can I like text Agnes with a pre-picked out like where are you or how are you doing so that I can know one like if a villager is sick or their location? That would be great. Oh, that's in a bottle. And that's really all I want to use the phone for. Like, I would love to text villagers the same way that Tom Nook can call them to talk about moving their homes. All right, this is for you, Agnes. Do we get your photo today? Are you going to continue that momentum of being the first villager of the island to gift me your photo? A skull? Nice. I never thought I'd have such a rad fossil of my own. Thanks. While we're at it, here's a little something from me to you. It's a sleeved apron. Thanks. I love it. Okay, well, we're not going to worry about that. So today is not Agnes's day, and I don't think Goldie is home. Nope, Goldie is not home. I thought I saw her around here somewhere. She was being so cute and smelling flowers, which again makes it very difficult to consider an island without her right now. And I'm not like itching to get rid of villagers, okay? This is not a rush, but also I do want to see like which villagers that I can consider saying goodbye to. Rodney, however, it may be his time to go, mostly because I've had him before, and he was a really great smug. Like, I'm not, like, there's no drama at all, but I do think that I could get a different smug. That would be fun. I would like Beardo at some point. Or even, who's another, like, smug villager that people aren't a huge fan of? The Anteater. Oh my gosh, I'm like, I can picture him in my brain, but for some reason I can't think of his name. That one. Yeah, like that one. You purchased a hat for 40,000 bells. Sure, that was a very great decision, I guess. I mean, if it's your money, like if you wanted to gift yourself something nice, as long as you enjoy it and wear it every day, I'm sure it's an investment. But do we get your photo today, Rodney? That's the big thing. Do we get your photo today? You know, I just can't accept this without giving you something in return. Let's see, how would you feel about a windbreaker? Thank you. I mean, thankfully, I am being gifted things that I can gift other people, but also photos, please. But also, where is Goldie? That's the main question. I'm getting sidetracked, and I would really like to gift Goldie today. Is she visiting somebody? Oh my gosh, if Maddie and Stu are hanging out right now, also if Stu is crafting, I'm going to be amazed. Yep, look at this. This man is truly the DIY king of this island because this is all he does. Guess what? Wait, how does he sound? Guess what? I'm making lunch all by myself. Isn't that amazing? What are you making, buddy? Guess what I'm making? I'm making some oh, scone sounds so good right now. Best part, you can make all you want once you know the recipe. Oh, that's the other main thing. I think next week is going to be crafting day because I have a lot of things that I have unlocked that I have not crafted once. And the idea of saving all of that up at the end of the year sounds like a nightmare because if I've done the math, right? On average, we get 4 or 5 new DIYs a day. So that includes a message in the bottle, 2 villagers crafting morning and evening. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. That's 3. We have Cap and Island, and then we have 2 from Happy Home Paradise if you have it, with another, bottle DIY and a cooking recipe from the restaurant. So technically speaking, although I have been getting a lot of ridiculous repeats like a tiki torch, for example, or a bonfire, that still gets me mad, or a freaking leaf umbrella from the person who taught it to me on this island. But yeah, no, we have the potential. Like, this is not the right math, but if it's like, that's nearly 180 potential new recipes a month, even though we get, repeats. So it's like, I don't want to save all of that after a year, because what, 180 times 12 equals a lot. So I don't want to do that. All right, Goldie is here somewhere. I thought I saw her outside. Buck is here. There she is. Our girl is doing, oh my gosh. Okay, you know what? Oh no, Investa and her are friends. Oh no. Wait, are they gonna talk? No, are they gonna talk? Oh, saying goodbye to her is gonna be hard. I think honestly, it's going to be Agnes first. Like, that sounds so violent, but I do think I want to hold on to Goldie for a little bit longer. I've had Agnes 4 times, okay? So it's not like she hasn't been loved on multiple islands. But yeah, I think it's going to be maybe another option is playing more musical villagers, where I move Goldie away from the house, like to Rodney's spot, and then move Rodney over to Goldie's spot, and then just replace those 2. That may be an option. But do we have? Not a photo. Lame. So let's do a final walkthrough of the island. I know that this was truly the most mind-blowing, build day or cleanup day that you've ever seen on Animal Crossing, but I think I just needed to have a really calm, relaxing, not even finished sort of day where I make plans to move things like the campsite literally 1 space to the back, and adding a little bit more of like a walkway, so this is a lot more cohesive. And you know what? This was a pretty good day. It was a very short but productive one. We cleaned up a few of the items that needed to be managed, and yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with the flower breeding. I'm sure that I'll figure that out off camera, but I'm really hoping to, continue to find the enjoyment of, the little things, and just having a fun time doing it. Also, I think this is going to be the thumbnail for today. Yeah, this is going to be the thumbnail. Yeah. But yes, friends, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you here, and there's going to be a lovely slideshow that has all of this month's screenshots that I've taken that features, the antics of villagers, what I've been doing in Happy Home Paradise, for example. I'm really excited for that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have monthly updates to my dream address. I think that would be really fun, so that you can see it built up as, I work on it, and you can see you can be part of the experience, basically. Again, friends, I want to say thank you all so much for being part of this project with me, whether or not you are doing some casual gameplay yourself or giving me ideas on how to really enjoy this slow burn of a project, because we really should normalize the works in progress. I'm going to leave you with my hope that you are kind to yourself, that you are kind to others, that you make art, play games, and encourage others to do the same. And I will catch you whenever. Bye.